I want to thank everyone for joining Zen Master Lund's yoga class. We've gone ahead and muted everybody on the Zoom call so we can have absolute focus and tranquility today. And we are just going to give it another 30 seconds, so get comfortable. Get in your Sukhasana pose. For those of you that are new to yoga, that's called an easy pose. This is my Sukhasana pose. And for those of you that don't know, this is an introductory, very beginner's class. And we'll get going here. So first off, I want you to thank yourself, thank your body for carving out this special time for you today. Really focus on your breathing. You're going to want to inhale and then exhale. Inhale all the positive thoughts, all the good news that you've had. And then exhale all the shit you've had to put up with this week. Inhale the present. Exhale the past. Now go ahead and scan your body for anything you want to focus on while continuing to breathe. Inhale and exhale. We're going to start with a few quick neck warm-ups. We'll go side to side, nice and slow. Still focusing on your breathing. Maybe just lose yourself in the music if you want to. Are you inhaling the present and exhaling the past? I know I am. Now, if you do have anything in the way, it would be a good time to move it out of the way. We're gonna start with our first pose. And as there are many animal lovers in Alberta here, I think a lot of you will like this first pose. So this pose is called cat-cow pose. So what you're going to want to do is get on all fours, have your shoulders directly over your wrists, and your hips directly over your hips, your back directly over your hips over your knees. Just be like a box if you can. And what you're going to do is you're going to inhale, raise your chin to the sky, and this is called cow pose. But you've taken some drugs and you've morphed into a cat. So you exhale, push your back to the sky, and now you're a frisky feline. Push your back to the sky, and then go back to cow pose when you inhale. Raise your chin to the roof as high as you can, arch your back, and inhale. We're going to do this a few more times. Transfer back into a moo cow as you exhale. Tuck your chin underneath yourself as far as you can. And inhale again back to a cat. Oh, doesn't it feel good to be a little kitty? I know I'm having fun. And exhale back into a cow. Really try and push your back, your spine to the ceiling. Like you've just been scared. Like a big dog is chasing you. And one final time. Inhale to become a cow. Exhale to become a cat. Now, if we don't have any animal lovers out there, we might have some child lovers. And anybody that that has a child or has seen a child before knows they like to throw temper tantrums. So what we're going to do is do child's pose. So what you're going to want to do is get on your knees, touch your toes behind you, widen your knees, and bring your forehead down to the mat. You can have your arms ahead of you, like so, or behind, like so. I prefer to have my arms outstretched in front. And just focus on your breathing when you're in child's pose. Inhale, deep breath. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Think back to when you were a kid and your mom sent you to your room for some small reason. You don't think it's fair. Instead of crying yourself to sleep, you just want to do child's pose and forget about your worries. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Now, for those of you that have been doing yoga for a while, we're going to do a new pose. You may not have heard of this one before. I kind of came up with it on the fly. I'm just going to turn my mat so you can see me a little better. What you're going to want to do is lay on your stomach, like so. Have your elbows about shoulder width apart. Interlock your fingers. Go ahead now and rest your chin on your fingers. Now kick your legs back and forth like this. And tell me about your day. This is called Lungeasana. It's just a time to have an internal conversation with yourself about your day, about what you've accomplished, about what you dream to accomplish, and maybe set some future goals for yourself. Now, if kicking the air is too tough for you, you don't have to do that at all. You can just rest your legs, lay motionless, and ponder life's many, many mysteries. And as an added twist, if you want to spice up Lungeasana, what you can do is you can roll over like so. Reach in your snap bag, come back, and have a couple of snaps. Now, because this is yoga, I don't recommend doing too many. You're going to hold this pose for another 10 seconds. Once again, this is your special me time. You can do this wherever you're at work, at the pool, the beach, on a plane. But this is your me time. So I'm just going to switch the mat back. So from Lungeasana pose, what you're going to want to do, we're going to do downward facing dog. So what you're going to want to do is point your toes down towards the ground, put your arms about shoulder width apart, and raise your butt as high to the sky as you can. and just hold it there. Now, for anybody that has a good butt, you're probably loving this pose right now. If not, then don't worry, we won't last here long. Just focus on your breathing. Three more breaths. And when you're ready, we're gonna walk yourself towards your hands. And arise. You're gonna rise and stand proud, stand strong. This is called Dinasana Pose or mountain pose. Just picture yourself being a rock. A giant rock like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Nothing can move you. Nobody can tell you what to do. And you've got spirit fingers. You can wave your fingers. Feel each one of your digits. Wave them fast or slow. And you may have heard this before on the Instagram, but I'll say it again. You are the Everest of your own universe. Own it. Be proud. So all that has kind of been a warm up. We're gonna add some flow to the yoga class now. So I hope you've been paying attention. We're gonna do a series of moves, but it's gonna start with breathing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale, raising our arms over our heads. And then as we exhale, we're gonna go ahead and touch the ground. As we inhale again, we're going to inhale, raising our hands up our shins until we have a flat back. And then you're going to want to put your hands at your side and go into plank pose. And then go ahead and let your stomach hit the ground. And then as you inhale, we're going to do upward facing dog. We're going to have a few breaths here. From here, we're going to go back into downward facing dog. Remember, get those butts to the sky. It helps to be on your tiptoes. And then what you're going to do is raise your right leg to the ceiling if you can. As high as the ceiling. And then bring it forward towards your right hand. And you can use your arm to bring your leg forward if you need to. And then when you rise, have your left leg in perpendicular mode. And have your knee over top of your right ankle. This is warrior pose. I'm probably doing it backwards, but this way I get to show off my butt. So you're a mighty warrior. You have a sword, a gun, a shield, or a keyboard. Come back to mountain pose. And we're gonna run through that one more time. So inhale. Big breath out when you exhale. Touch your toes. Inhale again. Raising your hands up to your shin so you have a flat back. Arms down at your side again. So going into plank mode, plank pose. And let yourself down to the ground so you can begin upward Upward dog pose. Upward facing dog pose. And you're gonna wanna hold it here. And back into downward facing dog. Since we did the right leg last time, we're really gonna wanna focus on that left leg, which is everyone's bad leg, unless you're left-handed. Raise that left leg to the ceiling. Wave it around like you just don't care. And then when you're ready, bring it forward to your left hand and arise in Mighty Warrior Pose once again. Remember to have your left knee over your left ankle and your right leg perpendicular to your left leg. This is your warrior pose. You're a strong, powerful man or woman. You got this. You've just won the battle, but the war is not over. You've been fighting a war in the forest, and you notice a very, very beautiful tree. Now I want you to embody that tree. Whether it's a palm tree, a Christmas tree, or maybe just a little baby shrub. We're gonna do a tree pose. You can either put your hands together like this, or you can have them out like this. But the key to tree pose is to raise your right leg up. You can have it on your left calf, or you can have it all the way up here. Now, if you don't have any balance, you can use your right leg for support too. I have just enough balance to have it on my calf. So you're going to want to hold this pose. Focus on all your leaves producing the oxygen that we need to live. Now breathe in that oxygen. Inhale the oxygen. Exhale the CO2. Inhale the good. Exhale the bad. Okay, we've done tree pose for the left leg. Now we're gonna do it for the right leg. So once again, pick your tree. My tree is a Christmas tree. So when I'm in this pose, I think about Christmas. Oh yes, I can smell the turkey. I can smell the pumpkin pie. I can smell the eggnog. But I can also smell that freshly cut Christmas tree, which is me. Here are all my leaves, here are all my branches. I'm one with the universe. One deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, good. You have passed the tree test. So what we're gonna do is get back down onto our butts. We're gonna do Dinasana Pose. So what we're gonna do is have your legs straight in front of you. Toes pointed to the ceiling. And you're gonna wanna try and have your chest go down to your shins. Now, it may not look like I'm doing anything here, but I am trying to get down. I'm trying my hardest. Some of you might be a little bit more flexible. So don't hunch over. You want to have your back straight as you lean forward. And hold the pose for 2 breaths. Come back up. And we're gonna do one more time. You may find you may be able to get down a little bit further this time. And this is a good time for me to point out that yoga is for everybody and every body. Okay, now relax. And go ahead and lie down on your back. This is one of my favorites. I recently just learned it. What you're gonna wanna do is raise your legs in the air, like so. Grab your left big toe with your left hand, your right big toe with your right hand, and you're a crying baby or a happy baby. It's up to you. Now what you're gonna do is go from side to side, and if you fall over, that's okay. And if you can't get back up, that's okay too, because you're a baby. So for a modification, for those of you that may not be able to do this as good as me, what you're gonna wanna do is maybe grab just underneath your knees and then rock side to side. You can let out a laugh or some cries. There's no judgment here. Maybe you're getting your diaper changed. Maybe you've fallen over and have a boo-boo. Important thing is you're a baby and you don't care who knows it. Just listen to the music. Rock back and forth. And quite honestly, this is actually probably pretty good for your core. Let me just do this on a daily basis from now on. After you're done being a baby, what you're gonna want to do is lie right on your back as long as you can, and you're gonna take your right knee, put it over top of your left leg, and twist while trying to maintain a straight back. So you can have your shoulders still pointing to the ceiling, but have your right knee twist your lower half of your body. And just hold it there for one breath. Come back to center. And do the other side now. Left knee over your straight right leg, shoulders still pointing towards the ceiling. And if you hear a crack, that's okay. That's just your extremely tight back. Go ahead and inhale a deep breath. You shouldn't be feeling pain, but you should be feeling a stretch. Okay, come back to center. We're going to do the right leg one more time. Bend the knee. Have the right bent knee go over the straight left leg. And just twist while having a straight upward back. And then finally the left leg. Bend the knee. Bring it over the straight right leg. Couple of breaths. One last stretch here. And back to center. Now for those of you that have done yoga before, you might be familiar with this pose. It's called Shavasana, or corpse pose. Do you know when you were a warrior earlier today, you lost the battle. You were killed in a gruesome fashion. Your choice. Could have been a bullet, could have been a sword, could have been poisoning. But you're now a corpse. And this is when you want to think about your life, think about your soul, think about your body. Have your palms facing the sky. Think about what you could have done better in the battle. Think about what you're going to do better in your next life. This is a time for quiet reflection. Time to find yourself. Time to meditate. Now go ahead and lose yourself for a few minutes here. Focus on your breathing. Now, if you've drifted away, come back to my voice. Come back to reality. It's still Sunday morning, you still have stuff to do today. One last big deep breath in. And a final deep breath out. Now swing your legs to the side. Come back into your Sukhasana pose. And for those of you that remember, that's called easy pose. And just think about what you're grateful for today. Whether it be the weather, probably not the weather sucks here. Could be the upcoming summer that we're about to have. Maybe you have some big promotion coming or a big event. Maybe you don't have anything to be thankful for. And I doubt that very much because you are special. You're a very special person. I want to thank everyone for participating today. And just remember, don't go ahead and teach this to anybody else because I don't have my license yet. I'm on my way to getting trained in yoga. I've got one class under my belt now. I want you guys to free your mind, body, and spirit. And as always, namaste.
Oh dear.